I used to think that Spanish group classes were a giant waste of time. Maybe you felt like that too at some point during your Spanish journey. When I first started teaching several years ago, I was convinced of two things. One, the importance of independent language learning. You have to put in effort on your own, expose yourself to Spanish continuously, and not depend on classes to teach you an entire language. And I still 100% agree with that. But the second thing I believed was that once you did add classes to complement what you were doing on your own, one-on-one was the only way to go. Nothing else even came close, but that is what has shifted for me. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you shouldn't sleep on group lessons and how they could be just the thing to catapult you forward if you're feeling stuck or inconsistent with your Spanish. But first of all, if you and I have never met, and if you're like, who is this chick who used to hate on Spanish group lessons? Hola y bienvenido, soy Erika. I'm a former Spanish medical interpreter turned Spanish teacher and language coach, now living in Mexico. Over the years, I've worked with hundreds of Spanish learners, and I've heard the same frustrations again and again, especially when it comes to speaking and listening. And I've worked hard to provide the tools and the resources that learners need to overcome these obstacles. And if you want to actually experience what I'm about to explain in real life, then I want to go ahead and let you know that I'm opening the doors to my online school for a free open house week very soon, where you can join real conversation classes and see how this works for yourself. I'll tell you more about that in just a bit, but I will leave the link below for you to register. It's absolutely free. Be sure to comment open house here in the comments once you register, so I'll look forward to seeing you there. Why I used to think group classes didn't work. It was really based on two factors, what just seemed logical to me and what I was hearing from students. Now, as far as what seemed logical to me, with the one-on-one lessons, you get to lead your own learning, focus on your specific goals, and everything can be adapted to your learning style. In a good one-on-one lesson, they don't always go like that. All of that is true. But what about those moments or those times in your journey when consistency matters more than customization? Because without consistency, there is no progress. What about when the motivation from other learners is actually the thing that would keep you going right now? And what about the gaps? Let's say you're learning Spanish for a specific reason, for work, family, or life abroad. But alongside that, alongside your specific goals, you still need everyday conversation. What did you do last weekend? What is that you're eating? What's that made of? Do you have a ride home? Because I'm going that way. You still need core grammar. You still need repetition in common situations. Since those are things that can be covered really well in a group setting, this started to shift my perspective. Now, going back to why I used to have a negative view of group classes, the biggest part of it was what I was hearing from learners who I would interview. Over and over again, they would tell me, yeah, I'm taking some group classes, but I barely get a chance to speak. It's mostly grammar. It's really above my level, but oh well, I already signed up. I found that it's really below my level, but oh well, I already signed up. Or it's only once a week. I know I need more, but that's all I can afford. Or I signed up for this group, but then I missed all of my classes because my schedule changed. Or we meet, but it just feels awkward. No one really knows what to say. There's not a lot of instruction. And so I would hear this time and time again, and I would think, oh, okay, yeah, group classes, they don't sound like they work very well, because learners need something that fit their level, their schedule, and actually gives them enough time to speak. So I jumped to the conclusion that one-on-one was the only way to go. But what I didn't realize at the time is that both my students and I were reacting not to the concept of group learning itself, but to a system that in many cases was simply broken. Most group classes are designed to be pretty passive. You sit there, you listen, you answer a question here and there. But there's no real structure for speaking, not enough time for conversation, because you're coming to class to learn information for the first time. So we have to get that done before we can start using it. There's usually no real path to use what you're learning and no consistency or flexibility. So with all of those factors working together, group classes can seem like a waste of time, and many of them are. But again, not because group learning doesn't work, but because of the way that these classes are designed. The realization that things could be done differently came quite by accident. I had a self-study program, which I still run to this day, where students learn through stories, and they were loving it. But I would get comments like, wow, this helped me understand so much better. Now I need practice using it. Or I finally get this. I'm just not confident using it yet. I can't tell you how much my listening comprehension has improved with this method. Now I just need practice speaking. And so I realized, okay, they have the content and they have this method and they have my suggested way to use it, which is a great way to start, but they need a space to use it. And the community of learners that we had built was so beautiful that I thought, they may really enjoy practicing together. So I decided to test something. In early 2023, we started running our first group conversation sessions, but we did it a little bit differently. And I was nervous. I was thinking, is this gonna be awkward? Are people just gonna sit there? Are they just gonna reinforce each other's mistakes? Is this actually going to help them? Because at that point, I still wasn't convinced. But what happened after that first session really changed everything for me. Right after the session, people were posting in the community things like, some people find it hard to believe I'm shy and probably your perfect definition of an introvert. Today, not only did I spend an hour talking to perfect strangers who now feel like friends, I did it in Spanish. The confidence boost is amazing. So yeah, the Caminos Conversation Club was a win for me on so many levels. Bob dijo, disfruté de CCC hoy y espero con ansias la próxima oportunidad. Conocer nuevos estudiantes motivados es una gran idea. Haré un mejor esfuerzo para asistir la próxima vez. Or, girl, class was great. I thought I wanted to stay with the same person the whole time, but boy, was I wrong. I had the opportunity to practice with so many different people. This is exactly what I need. Thank you for organizing this. So people showed up, they spoke, they connected, they wanted more. And more we gave them, because over time we went from what started as 2 sessions per week to now, sorry, I had to go check the calendar, to what is now about 40 sessions per week. And what we saw is that when these group sessions are done right, they solve certain problems that one-on-one sessions can't. And that's why they're such an important part of the learning journey, even of our one-on-one students as well. You get motivation from other learners who are showing up just like you. Real interaction, not just one-on-one conversation, but multiple ways of speaking, reacting, and responding. A sense of we're all in this together, which makes it easier to stay consistent. But it only works if the structure is right. So instead of everyone showing up to class and sitting there to learn things for the first time, students prepare ahead of time. It's very much a flipped classroom approach. They learn the vocabulary, they understand the structure, and then in class they can actually use it and fumble and make mistakes and try again and get corrected and practice out loud and build sentences and have guided conversations. So it's not, let me explain grammar for 45 minutes. It's, let's take what you already started learning on your own and help you use it and have fun with it and take it to conversation today, not sometime in the future. So the students are not there like, let me see if I get a chance to speak. They show up to speak. That's why they're there. And that one shift changes everything. And this is what you'll experience during open house week. For 7 days, you can come inside, take a peek at that week's material, join real sessions with the real teachers on my team, and feel the difference, not just hear about it. So if you're even a little bit curious, I highly recommend saving your spot now at the link below. You'll have a multitude of opportunities to connect during the week, so there's no rigid schedule. We have a variety so that you can find what fits your actual life. A comment that kept coming up again and again during our last open house was how happy learners were that they're not locked into any one level. You don't have to choose and then you're stuck. You can explore all 3 levels during the week to find your perfect fit, or even attend more than one if you find that you're in between 2 levels. What you'll find is a group of motivated, independent learners coming together for structured speaking, more structure at the lower levels, and more independence as you advance. Real human connection, people coming together, sharing their stories, and enough flexibility to keep you consistent. Fluency doesn't just come from knowing more, it comes from saying more, from using what you know over and over again until it feels natural. So if you've ever been skeptical about group classes, I get it. I was too. But if you've never experienced one that is actually designed for speaking instead of leaving it as an afterthought, this may just be the missing piece for you. And if you want to experience it for yourself, come join us for Open House Week. Come to classes, speak, see how it feels. Don't forget to comment open house here in the comments once you register, and I'll look forward to seeing you there.
I'm very grateful for the platform that Erica has created and all the teachers she's hired. You're all just like the best. Gracias. Adios.